Hi folks, let's try the Leetcode 27 today. It seems like a really easy problem and it's good to keep doing these problems because it keeps your coding mind working and thinking, and that's good for your brain cells. So let's see what the problem description is. It says remove element. Given an array nums and a value val, remove all instances of that value in place and return the new length. That's interesting. Now it says do not allocate extra space for another array. You must do this by modifying the input array in place with O1 extra memory. So here what it means is that O1 means constant, which means that your algorithm should work, your space complexity of your algorithm is constant, meaning it doesn't matter if I have 10 million or 1 million or 10 elements, the amount of memory used is the same. The order of elements can be changed. It doesn't matter what you leave beyond the new length. Okay, so that's good. That means we do not really have to compress or actually remove. We can just remove the we can kind of I mean, you do remove, but you do not have to modify the input array. Basically, you could just return the length of the modified array, which is the same as the input array, and you're done. You do not have to do any new allocations or things like that. So let's try this, and he gives here some examples like 3 2 2 3, and he says the return length is 2 with the first two elements of nonce being 2, and then here he gives 0 1 2 2, and the value to be removed is 2. So all the instances of 2 are gone, and what you have is 0 1 3 0 4, and then the new length is 5. Order of those 5 elements can be arbitrary. Even he doesn't even care, like they have to be in the order in which they were present in the input array. It doesn't matter what values are set beyond the return length, which kind of makes our job easier, I would say. But then in such a simple problem, apparently there is even a clarification, and then the clarification is confused why the return value is an integer but your answer is an array. Note that the input array is passed in by reference, which means modification to the input array will be known to the caller as well. So we do not have to worry about here making sure that the changes to the input array are seen by the caller. In C, this means you will be passing a pointer, and arrays are passed by as pointers anyway, so we are okay. But in Python and these other languages, you are passing the list or anything that you have is by a reference, especially these things like list and all. So those changes will be seen to the input list will be seen in the caller. So you're saying internally you can think of this as nums is passed in by reference without making a copy. And so this is how it will look like. Any modifications to nums in your function would be known by the caller using the length returned by your function. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So let's try to do that. What I would do is my approach is going to be something like this. Have an index initialized to 0 where that basically denotes where in the nums you would be doing your write when you find a unique element, or the element that you, I wouldn't say unique, but kind of the element that matches your criteria. And in this case the criteria would be, so we can just try for I in range len nums. What we do is we say that if nums I not equal to val, well, that's the value we want. We do not want to have vals remaining in the array or the list in this case. So in that case we just say nums index equal to nums I, and then after that we say that in, because the next write in the nums would happen at the next value of index, so we should make sure that the index is incremented anytime we use index should be incremented for the next use. So, and then here we can return the index. I think that's all we need to do here, and that's all there is. 8 lines of code in Python. So let's see. Okay, so that is passing our the test case, but let's try to do a submit and see if it passes. And that has passed as well. So anyway, this was a very trivial problem. If you are a little bit getting bored and you think, hey, let's practice some Python today, these are the kind of problems which will keep your knowledge kind of fresh, and you will not be getting rusted in case you haven't been coding for a while. So with that, I would sign off for today, and I'll see you guys for the next problem very soon. Until then, goodbye.